Power Rangers movie was really decent. I really liked it. I gotta say I enjoyed it somewhat. It wasn't the worst thing I viewed in my life. It was pretty cool. I gotta say I enjoyed what they did with the characters, even though I felt like the characters needed some more development. But for what we got, it was good, I thought. The movie was taken seriously, and this is always how I have imagined Power Rangers in the PG-13 setting. I enjoyed it, man. It's like a few things that I didn't really enjoy. One, the putties. They were pretty badly designed. I didn't like the putties, and I really didn't like Goldar, man. I felt like they put all the money into the locations and the suits, in my opinion, in Sordon and Alpha. They really didn't put money into anything outside that except Rita, maybe. But man, the Power Rangers movie was okay. It was decent. It's not the greatest thing in the world, but for what it was pretty good. These are just kind of my thoughts on the movie, and you can even call this a mini review, maybe. But I gotta say, one thing that I do have a question about. One is how did Zordon get into the whole entire how did he get inside? I don't even know if I could say a tube, but let's just try and make this easier. How did Sordon and Rita survive over 65 million years in this movie? It's explained better in the TV show, but in this movie, it's not explained that much well. I'm just gonna have to just come up with my own fan theory and say maybe they're aliens, maybe. That's just all I have to say. But Rita in this movie was pretty awesome, man. I felt like Elizabeth Banks really did Rita justice, and I felt like, man, this Rita was, don't kill me, people, but maybe I feel like this Rita was a little bit better than the Rita we had back in the day because this Rita was more proactive. She was more, she did more than Rita, in my opinion. She wasn't just yelling at people in her castle. She was out doing things. She was just out being a villain, which was awesome. And I'm not saying the original Rita was bad. I just gotta say this Rita was just so good, so evil, so brooding, just so cold and calculating. She killed Billy just for the fun of it. And and Rita in this movie was not bad in my opinion. Elizabeth Banks did this character justice. My favorite out of the cast though had to be Jason, man. Jason, he was the star quarterback, but then he did a bad high school prank that got him in trouble, and it just messed up his whole football season. And he has to deal with the struggle of that, and he has to deal with the struggle of trying to lead a team, which he's relatively new to leading something. Sordon puts him in that position and tells him that you have to lead the team into battle. You have to lead them into the morphing sequence, something like that above those lines. But it was pretty cool, man. It was pretty cool. I like Jason a lot, man, because that character had to really overcome his struggle, and he really had to find himself as the leader in this movie. Billy's just a fun character, man. R.J. Kyler, he just brought so much light to this character, man. We've always liked Billy because he was one of the more relatable characters out of the original five in Power Rangers. But this guy just reminded me of every fanboy. This guy was just happy to be a Ranger and happy to have friends because his dad had died and he really had been lonely, and he had trouble making friends his whole life because he had trouble speaking and communicating with them. So to see this character really have friends and find his purpose in life was really cool, man. It was just pretty cool to watch, man. Sack, well, he has to overcome the struggle of his mother dying, and that just leaves a glooming effect on him. And he's really just trying to find a better life and find a better way. So, being a Power Ranger in a way is helping him kind of coach with all the bad things that's happening in his life. So, I'm not gonna lie, Sack was a good character. I want them to do some more with him, but I'm pretty sure they'll do some more with him in a later movie. And Kimberly, man, this girl is one girl, she was hanging around with the mean girls, and she did a really bad mistake between her friends, and now she has to live with that mistake, and she has to come to terms with that mistake, and she does it very well in this movie, and she realizes that maybe being a mean girl or maybe being popular isn't the best thing for her, because being popular has caused her so much trouble. So she really just you know, kind of just doesn't want to be around it anymore. So she pretty much excludes herself with that, and she finds new friends that really, uplift her and make her feel better about the situation she went through. I'm not going to spoil it just yet. I don't want to spoil it because it's so awesome what she did in this movie. Um, Trini, in my opinion, is one girl that really just never ever got the chance to be herself in this movie. Her parents always tried to push her to be something she wasn't, and she's really just starting to rebel against that, and that's causing a whole lot of tension in between her family. But I think her really just becoming the Power Ranger is really just helping her really just be like, this is me, this is who I am. I don't want to be what my parents want me to be, you know. And I think she really likes it because the way she reacts when she's a ranger, it's pretty cool in my opinion. She just really wants to be herself, and she wants people to accept her for who she is. And I'm hoping we do more with Trini if we get another movie. Sordon to me was the mentor. He pretty much gave the exposition of the plot in this movie. Bryan Cranston already knew he was going to be good as Sordon, so there's not much to say. Alpha was pretty funny. I like how Bill Hader added that wisecracker spin to this character because Alpha was quite the wisecracker in this movie, and it was hilarious. Bill Hader was an awesome Adam. Jason's dad in this movie pretty much just has to accept what his son did and has to really just kind of really not, he has to learn how to not be so hard on his son. But there's not really much I can say about Jason's dad, in my opinion. Um, the swords were pretty cool in this movie. I forgot to mention the swords. My fault, people. I felt like they put a lot into the swords too, cause the whole formation of them was pretty cool. We got to see what they fight like apart, and it was pretty fun. Yeah, Goldar. One more last thing I really like to say about Goldar. The Megazord fight in between them and Goldar was good. I'm not gonna even lie, even though I hate the design of Goldar. And they pretty much knock Rita in space in the movie. So I don't know what really is happening to Rita. I'm guessing she's just gonna float through space, maybe die. I don't know. But that's my opinion on the movie. It was a good movie. It could have used they could have put more money towards the signs in this movie besides the swords, suits, and the locations. They could have put more into everything else. But it was good. And I like how it has set up a whole entire universe just in case we get another movie, which I hope we do, because there's a lot more I want to learn about these characters. So, yeah, I'm done. That's my opinions on the new movie. Y'all go out and watch. And lastly, Sordon being a ranger is pretty cool. I've always wondered what it would be like for Sordon to be a ranger. To me, it actually establishes continuity in this movie, and it actually builds up a bridge for future movies. And I like the fact that Rita was the Green Ranger. Who knows? We may just get the Green Ranger in the next movie. That's pretty cool. And the whole seal crystal thing was pretty cool too, because I have to wonder what happens when somebody pulls this seal crystal from the earth. Is all pandemonium going to break loose? Is it just going to destroy our universe or many universes? That's just my questions, but maybe the seal crystals will be used as an alternate power source in future movies. Who knows? But that's all I have to say about this movie. I'm done. May the power protect you, and that was review time with JP, and I am back doing videos full time now.